Hello and welcome to today's episode of One to One with Shailendra Velingkar. He refers to himself as a common man, which I think is the biggest post that anybody in Goa and elsewhere can hold. It's a post more powerful than that of a chief minister and a prime minister, we guess. But Shailendra of late has been doing some very good work through social media and also on the field. And I think the reason I decided to speak to him is because a couple of days back he put out a very interesting and a very powerful video which has gone literally viral, where he actually spoke about the injustices with regard to compensation being paid to families of COVID victims. What he said, what Shailendra said in his video was sad, because he said that the central government has allowed or has allotted a compensation of 4 lakhs for each COVID victim, whereas according to him, the Goa government is giving only 2 lakhs, and that too only to the bread earners the relatives of bread earners who've passed away. So he says that the Goa government has made this distinction, as opposed to family members of all COVID victims getting 4 lakhs as ordained by the center. The Goa government at this point of time is only giving 2 lakhs, and that too conditionally, and only to family members who have lost a bread earner. So tell us, Shailendra, how did you kind of arrive at this conclusion? What were your inputs, and what made you go to town, as it were, with that video?
Yeah, surely, Mr. Sujoy. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me here and, giving me a platform to, probably express my feelings towards whatever, crisis kind of situations we all Goans are going through. So, I was on 30th May, the chief minister, on our Goan statehood day, 34th statehood day, he made an announcement of, he promised ex gratia sum of rupees 2 lakh to every bread earner who has been, either expired from COVID-19, the pandemic which we are into. And then he was not, completely elaborate in his scheme. Obviously, this government obviously is surviving on symbolism merely. It doesn't believe, over the years I have been a witness also, it doesn't believe in the substance at all. So the chief minister's, this slogan, I feel it is an election gimmick, given the fact that the kind of, financial, economical situation the Goan state is, it is completely worrisome. We have about, 21,000 crores of rupees debt, which we, these people, the government, I don't know what makes the chief minister announce this kind of announcements publicly, that too, because they require about 3 crores of rupees to pay per day, to pay only the government servants. So I don't know where these guys are going to, these guys are completely misdirected. They don't know what they are doing. They don't have any avenues of revenue generation. So on what basis? First of all, I doubt the intentions of the, Goa government and the chief minister as well. And I treat it as an election gimmick. Secondly, there was a circular of the central government, which unfortunately lasted for only a day, and it was immediately withdrawn by the central government, which promised, unlike the Goan chief minister who promised the economically, he's using the terminological terror, as we can call it. He announced 2 lakh of rupees. Then he announced that weaker economic sections, and then, any more clauses he added to it. And from that intention, we came to know that he is not true with his intentions. Secondly, the central government circular was withdrawn surprisingly, which mentioned, and there are many proofs with us to back it up. And primarily now, this matter is subjudice.
Which
Supreme
circular
Court.
was withdrawn, according to you? If you could just explain to our viewers,
Government of India official circular, which
stating
we witnessed. I have a copy of it.
what does it say?
Probably. No, it says clearly here. I can show it to you that rupees 4 lakh, if you can see it, the first column, the items and,
Yes,
item
yes.
number and the necessities and all that, it is clearly mentioned that 4 lakh of rupees are promised not only to breadwinners.
But was that circular withdrawn by the central government or the Goa government?
No, the clause was withdrawn by the central government.
Okay.
The clause of compensations, wherein they clearly, the reasons are best known to the central government, unfortunately. So, but any which ways, since it is sub judice, and the next hearing is scheduled in Honorable Supreme Court on 11th of June, I think the central government is at the receiver's end, because there are many,
Just interrupt you for a second, please excuse me. What I'm essentially saying is, when the Goa Chief Minister made the announcement of compensation of 2 lakhs, was it after the 4 lakh circular was withdrawn, or was it after this clause was dropped from the central circular?
No, it was actually, the matter was sub judice. And within that, in these circumstances, I expect, because the central government also belongs to BJP, the state government is also BJP. Otherwise, the state leaders, the state units highlight the central schemes, very loudly on their auspicious.
Shailendra ji, I just wanted to understand the chronology. Okay, the chronology is that firstly you are saying the central circular with that 4 lakh compensation was there. Then that 4 lakh clause was withdrawn by the central circular. Then the Goa Chief Minister made the compensation amount of 2 lakhs after that clause was dropped. Am I right in the chronology?
No, he did it. He did it after he did it, very much after. Yeah. Yes.
He's after, okay. So technically he is not wrong. What you're essentially saying is morally and ethically, in the sense that you're questioning why this was done. So the Goa Chief Minister did not flout any central circular. What you're essentially saying is that the central circular mysteriously took away that compensation amount and did not come up with a new compensation amount, correct?
In a way, yes. Probably I was misinformed about it. I didn't check the dates and all that, but it is fine. Still, there is strong backing. There is a heavy recommendation from the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court itself, that this kind of scheme has to be, since it is sub judice. I think it would be inappropriate of me to comment on that. But bench has completely stated, Supreme Court bench, that certain scheme which comes under a Disaster Management Act, Pandemic Act, this kind of provisions were stated by the honorable bench of the Supreme Court, and we all are entitled, the Indian citizens, not only the breadwinners, as Mr. Pramod Sawant stated in Goa government, his announcement. Yeah.
A couple of two quick questions. I've got your point. They're very valid. A couple of questions. You see, in the recent past, a large number of common people in Goa like you, whether they are NGOs or just social activists or just common people, they have really kind of been the voice of the opposition, as it were. In fact, they've used the social media very well through YouTube and through Facebook and so on and so forth. So would you say that it is the citizens of Goa or the common people who are actually working as the opposition force more than the opposition party is present?
No, can you just repeat the question, please?
I'm essentially saying is that because we have seen a lot of social movement, and we have seen a lot of young people and common men and women who have really highlighted the inefficiencies and inadequacies of COVID management wherever it's been seen. Whether you look at videos coming out from GMC or from the South Goa District Hospital and so on and so forth. So would it be fair to say or conclude at this point of time that the common people of Goa and the citizens and NGOs have actually played the role of a responsible opposition more than the opposition parties in Goa?
No, I think, the social discourse has literally, as what I envisage of Goa being a Goan, we are more a sorted community than the rest of the country. Let me take the pride in some, I'm not promoting regionalism here, but, this is how it stands. And I think this COVID-19 troubled times, the NGOs, the number of NGOs which came forward and helped and exposed the kind of inefficiencies, incompetence of the state government, wherein the state government's own health minister, Vishwajit Rane, states that there were deaths because of lack of oxygen from the midnight crisis, as I can put it across, from 2 a.m. till 6 a.m. So they have helped the COVID-19 patients with their own capacities. I think the social discourse of Goa, the NGO, the civil society has done a marvelous job rather than the government, despite of having all the resources, all the mechanism, all the authorities, all the administration.
Thank you,
So,
Mr. Velingkar. Thank you for a lovely conversation and putting a point across. I just wish that civil society thrives and more people fight for what is right. Thank you.
and
Thank you for the work that you're doing. Yeah.
it has been a pleasure, Mr. Sujoy. Thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.